Question 1. What is price elasticity of demand (PED)? Price elasticity of demand (PED) measures how the quantity demand of a particular goods respond to the changes in its price. For more accurately, it is the percentage change in quantity demand relative to 1% change in price. Okay, so this is a formula to calculate price elasticity of demand. Percentage change in quantity demand of goods, we have to division with a percentage change in price of goods. So this is a degree of responsiveness in price elasticity of demand. Firstly is perfectly inelastic. Okay, perfectly inelastic. No matter how the price change, the quantity demand will stay the same. For the example, like medical needs for patients. The second one is inelastic. Inelastic is the change in the price of the goods causes a smaller percentage change in the quantity demand. For example, like petrol. So the third one is unitary elastic. So the unitary elastic is the change in the price of goods causes an equal percentage change in quantity demand. And another one is elastic. Elastic is the change in the price of the goods causes a bigger percentage in the quantity demand. For example, like shampoo. So lastly is perfectly elastic. Perfectly elastic is a change in the price will change the quantity demand by an infinity value. So next question is, how do the 10% price reduction impact to the demand of a sedan considering the PED of 1.5? So explain your answer by using a relevant graph. Okay, since PED of the sedan is 1.5, so the demand is elastic. So why demand is elastic? It is because the PED is higher than 1. So this means the percentage change in price will cause a proportionally larger percentage change in quantity demand. So using a formula, percentage change in quantity demand equal to PED times percentage change in price. So the PED is 1.5 times with negative 10%. Okay, why we have to put negative 10%? Percentage is because the price reduction 10%. So the answer of the percentage change in quantity demand is negative 15%. So therefore, the 10% decrease in price will result in a 15% increase in quantity demand. So this is the example graph for the effect of price reduction on quantity demand, which PED is equal to 1.5. So the blue curve is the demand curve, and the green points show the initial price and the quantity, which is P0 and Q0, and the P1 and Q1 is the new price and the quantity demand. Okay, so before the price change, the initial price is Rm 100 ringgit and the quantity demand is 1000 unit at their original levels. So the after price reduction, a lower price P1, which is Rm 19 ringgit, leads to a higher quantity demand Q1, which is 1200 units. So since demand is elastic, which is PED is higher than 1, so the percentage increase in demand 15% is greater than a percentage decrease in price 10%.
So we go to cross elasticity of demand. What is cross elasticity of demand? Elasticity of demand is measures the responsive of the quantity demands for one goods or to a change in the price of another related good. It is used to determine whether goods are substitutes, complements, or unrelated. Formula for cross elasticity of demands is percentage change in quantity demand of good A divide percentage change in price of good B. Positive acidity, which is substitutes, for example coffee and tea. If the price of coffee rise, more people will buy tea instead, increasing tea demands. Negative SED, which is complements, example cars and petrols. If petrol price increase, car sales may drop as both goods are consumed together. The third one is zero SED, which is unrelated, meaning a price change in one does not affect the other. Example toothpaste and shoes. So for the third question, how does the SED of 0.8 between Maju Auto Sedan and a competitor's model affect Maju Auto decision to reduce price? The SED value of 0.8 indicates that Maju Auto Sedan and the competitor's model are substitutes, but not perfect substitutes. When Maju Auto reduce the price of its sedans, a 10% price reduction of Maju Auto Sedan will increase its demand due to the high price elasticity of demands. The positive SED of 0.8 suggests that some customers who would have purchased the competitor's model may not switch to Maju Auto sedans. Thus, the price reduction could help Maju Auto to gain market share from competitors. However, Maju Auto should be careful, monitor the competitors' responses, as they might also reduce price to retain their customer.
Now, let's move on to income elasticity of demand, also known as YED. So, what is YED? YED is a way to measure how demand for a product change when people's income increase or decrease. Formula for YED is percentage change in quality of demand over percentage change in income. There are 4 types of income elasticity. The first one is when YED is lesser than 0, it becomes negative income elasticity. This happens when demand for a product decreases as income increases. People tend to buy less of this product when they have more money. As for the second one, when YED equal to 0, it becomes zero income elasticity. Here, demand stay the same no matter how much income change. People will continue buying these goods regardless of how much they earn. As for example, rice. As for the third one, when YED is in between 0 and 1, it becomes inelastic income elasticity. In this case, demand increases as income increases, but at a slower rate. The rise in income doesn't lead to a huge jump in demand. As for example, clothing. As for the last one, when YED is greater than 1, it becomes elastic income elasticity. This means that demand increases more than the increases in income. When income grows, people tend to spend significantly more on these products. For example, sports cars. For easier to understand, let's compare between instant noodle and steak. If someone's salary is increased, they would go for a steak instead of instant noodles. And if their salary is decreased, they would buy more instant noodles because it's way cheaper. Now let's go back to our topic. Since YED for Maju Auto Sedan car is 1.2 and consumer income increase 5%, the demand for the car will increase by 1.2 times 5% equal to 6%. So basically, the car is a luxury goods because people are likely to buy these products when they have more money. for businesses because it helps them to plan for their sales strategy. If they know their product is luxury good, they can target for high-income customer. If it's necessity, they know that their sales will remain stable no matter how the economy. That's all from me.
Today, I will be discussing an important concept in economics, which is price elasticity of supply or PES. Understanding PES helps businesses and policymakers determine how supply reacts to price changes, which is crucial for decision making. So, what is price elasticity of supply? PES measures how much the quantity supplied of a good or service responds to changes in its price. If the price of a product increases, how much more will producers be willing to supply? If the price decreases, how much will they cut back? PES provides a way to quantify these responses. The formula for calculating PES is simple. PES equals the percentage change in quantity supplied divided by the percentage change in price. This formula helps us determine whether supply is elastic, inelastic, or somewhere in between. Now, let's look at different types of price elasticity of supply. The first one is elastic supply. When PES is greater than 1, supply is elastic. This means producers can quickly adjust their supply in response to price changes. For example, clothing and smartphones have elastic supply because manufacturers can scale production up or down relatively easily. The second one is when PES less than 1, supply is inelastic. This means producers struggle to adjust supply even when price changes. For example, oil and agricultural products are inelastic because production is limited by factors like growing seasons and extraction capacity. Next, when PES is exactly 1, supply changes by the same percentage as price. An example of this is manufactured goods that can be produced in a proportional manner to price changes. Then, if PES equals to 0, supply does not change at all regardless of price. A good example is limited edition items, where the quantity is fixed no matter how much the price increase or decrease. The last one is perfectly elastic supply. When PES is infinitely large, it means that an unlimited quantity can be supplied at a fixed price. A good example is foreign exchange markets, where supply can meet demand instantly at the prevailing price. To conclude, price elasticity of supply is an important measure that helps us understand how different goods respond to price changes. Some products can be supplied more easily than others, depending on factors like production flexibility, resource availability, and time constraints. By understanding PES, businesses and policymakers can make better decisions about pricing, production, and inventory management. That's all for me. Thank you.
So how should Measure Auto take precautionary actions? Given that Measure Auto PES is equal to 0.7, this indicates its inelastic supply, which is the company can adjust car supply in response to any price changes. So if there is a surge demand, they may struggle to meet it, leading to higher prices and possible shortage. So now let's move to precautionary actions. The first one is increase production capacity, which is invest in better production technology or expand manufacturing facilities to make supply more elastic. The second one is stockpile inventory. like maintain higher stock levels to meet unexpected surges in demand. The third one is suppliers contracts, like secure flexible contracts with part supplier to ensure a quicker response to demand changes. And the last one is improve workforce planning, like train more workers in production processes to scale up production when needed. Now let's look at the graph. As we can see, a supply curve with PES is equal to 0.7, which is relatively steep, meaning a price increase is only on small increase in quantity supply. But if demand shifts to right way, like D1 to D2, the price increases significantly, but the quantity supply increases only slightly. As demand increases at D1 to D2, the price rises significantly, but the quantity supply only increases slightly due to inelastic supply. This shows why Maju Auto should take precautionary action to prevent shortage and extreme price hikes.